Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Hasty and I wanted to take a quick look at a game that is soon releasing for PC, namely Awesomenauts. In addition, I've got quite a few keys to give away, so be sure to stick around until the end. Awesomenauts, a game set in the distant future, and what a future it is about armies of robots locked in an enduring stalemate and calling upon powerful mercenaries to fight on their side. You are one of those mercenaries and you're one of the Awesomenauts. This game was initially released in May 2012 for Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network, but is now also coming to PC on Steam somewhere around August. Essentially, at the core of the game, it actually borrows quite a few ideas. It is a 2D platformer and a MOBA game, which isn't all that common. Just like in most MOBA games, you pick a hero, in this case an Awesomenaut, and battle both minion waves and enemy champions in an attempt to knock down their towers and eventually their critical base point. But like I mentioned before, it is 2D and relies heavily on platforming, meaning that personal skill is quite important. The teams are made up of 3 players and you can pick from a variety of different Awesomenauts that all have a different role and completely unique abilities, with more Awesomenauts unlocking as your account levels up. In addition, they also all have their own theme song, which is way more exciting than it may sound. Basically, you begin the game right into action. You're shot down towards the ground in a drop pod, and while you're on the way can pick up Solar. Solar is the only currency in the game and is placed on various locations, drops whenever you kill enemies, be it champions or minions, and is also required to level up. Every 100 Solar gives your Awesomenaut 1 level and is then also spent on buying upgrades. These upgrades can be found in the store, which you can go to any time by recalling or simply walking back, and are based on your loadout. Essentially, before every match you are given a chance to change your loadout, with new upgrades unlocking as your account levels up, and are basically divided into 4 rows. The first 3 are unique to each Awesomenaut, with the first 2 based on their abilities and the third on their base attacks. The fourth is a shared row that every Awesomenaut gets and are things like health upgrades, regeneration, more Solar or speed. Because there are no items in the game and instead rely on these loadouts, every Awesomenaut can actually play out quite a bit differently, depending on what you decide to put in your loadout and what you decide to level up first as you enter the game. From that point on, you basically try and be a better fighter and platformer as your opponents, with teamwork being quite useful. Kills give you a lot of Solar but aren't necessarily the way to win, as pushing is key to victory. The game itself isn't all that complex, but does rely a lot on your capability to actually platform and coordination with your team. The controls themselves are rather simple and what you would expect from a platforming game. You can jump onto and off platforms with ease, and the controls are quite tight. There aren't that many maps yet, but those that are in the game are quite various and differ in 1 or 2 lanes and different hazards. In addition, every map has a set of neutral monsters to kill, which are a quick and easy way to gain health back and stay in the fight. Essentially, it is a lot of fun, especially when you're playing with friends who can join at any time as long as there are spots left. These spots, until they are filled, are replaced by bots that are surprisingly capable, but most of all the game has a very good personality and style to it in the most goofy of ways. If you like MOBA games, I would certainly give this a shot, as it works very well and is a lot of fun to play. Plus, who doesn't like to play as a rapping frog? Now, as I mentioned before, I've got keys to give away. In fact, Ronemo Games have given me 30, and if you want to win one, check the annotation at the end. Plus subscribe, like, favorite, all that jazz. And of course, thanks for watching.